Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. So today's gonna be a quick one, and it's something going a little bit woo-woo today, but not that much, I promise. Unless you like it, then good. But anyway, finding your home frequency. So basically, when we are authentic, when we are feeling good, when we're not thinking and we're just being ourselves, we feel that freedom, we feel that non-resistance, just being. That is our home frequency. So a lot of us talk about higher and lower frequencies, but really it's just about matching up to your authentic frequency. Because when you do that, you are attracting everything you need to be that version of you. That ideal, authentic reality that is you. So, all this talk about raising and raising your frequency is great, but I like to think of it more as just coming home to myself, matching my authentic frequency that works for me. So how do you know if you're in that home frequency or not? Like I said, you feel joy, you feel excitement, you're in the present moment. You feel expansive. You feel a place of non-resistance. You're just flowing. You're not struggling. And some ways to know, on the other hand, of if you're not in that authentic frequency, that home frequency, you have a lot of things in your life that feel like effort. You have a hard time staying in the present moment. And it feels like you're constantly chasing. It feels like you're constantly trying to get somewhere or running from something, running from yourself. You cannot be just where you're at. That's one way you know when you're not in your home frequency. It doesn't feel right. So how do you get into your home frequency? Well, the good thing is your higher self, your home frequency is always calling you. That's why it feels so shitty when you have things that are not matching that frequency in your life, that aren't aligned with you and what your truest desires are, who you really are. And those things feel like effort. That's your sign of, hey, something's not matching up. This isn't flowing. I'm efforting here. That's a red flag right there, like, hey, this isn't right for me. And that is going to pull you out of your home frequency, your authentic frequency. So, a neat exercise that actually a guy, Feel Good, I was watching his live the other day, and this kind of inspired these new insights around what I've been feeling lately. And he had us basically imagine those things that are causing you to effort. Those things in your life that feel like effort, struggle, heavy, that don't feel aligned. To imagine yourself in reality with those just letting those go. Just becoming unattached to them, letting them go. And feeling what that feels like, seeing what that reality is like. And oftentimes, the moment, at least when I did it, the moment I just dropped it, I'm like, okay, let that go. How do I feel? Or detach from, whatever outcomes I'm attached to. Because that's the thing. When you have something efforting in your reality, when it's not aligned with you, that's a really key sign that you are still attached to something. And attachment is always going to bring you out of the present moment. Same thing with limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are always going to bring you out of the present moment and, put you in fear, restrict you. Whereas empowering beliefs, aligned beliefs that are lined up with the reality that you want, the version of you that you want to be, or, I should say, they feel expansive. It's easy to be in the present moment because you feel safe, you feel secure. So, if you feel those efforting parts of you, if you feel those beliefs that are coming up, if you close your eyes and just let those go, how does that feel? That's your home base. And that's what you're naturally being called to every moment of every day. But a lot of the time, We're not being in the present moment and staying tuned to those calls back to our home frequency. We ignore it because we're afraid of change. Because it feels so comfortable to keep going in the same cycle and patterns, who we're being. It feels comfortable. And a lot of us aren't ready to step out of that comfort, which is still uncomfortable, as we talked about yesterday. And just follow the impulses, follow the excitement into the unknown, where you are then creating from that authentic frequency. Because that's when you wake up, when you start operating from this new way of being. It's not like what we're taught. We're not messing around with things that we can always see. It's about the feeling. You're literally creating energy that you can't see. That is what manifesting is. That is what, shifting reality is. You got to be creating from your home base, following those impulses, knowing that every time you're lining up with your home base and doing what excites you, you are creating that new reality, that new normal. But that in-between time, we get impatient, we get scared, those thoughts of doubt come in, and we're like, oh shit, all worst case scenarios. But that's just our mind trying to call us back into that known, because that's what it feels comfortable. It's trying to protect us. But some very powerful things that I've been doing lately is when I do feel a restrictive or fearful thought coming up, for instance, with money, like, oh gosh, what if my money doesn't come? Or, what if I'm doing it all wrong? Or whatever, all those thoughts that come in. That's a sign right there, like, oh, I'm out of my home frequency again. That's just a thought guiding me back home to my home frequency. Does that make sense? So what is more empowering in that statement? Even just being aware of it being a limiting belief is change. You are altering it just by being aware of it. So don't put pressure on yourself to immediately flip it. That's just what I enjoy doing, because I enjoy playing around with these beliefs and plugging it in. Because your beliefs are what is the code for your new reality. The reality you're creating, and I enjoy playing around with them. But no, even just being aware of that limiting belief, aware when it comes up, oh, that's just something I can let go of. Okay, what if it feel like if I let that go? And see what comes up. You don't have to do the work. That's the amazing thing and the hardest thing about operating in this new way. Because we think we have to do everything. But really, the insights come when you're not trying. The answers come when you're just lining up with feeling good and trusting the feeling. And it's so frustrating because I used to be one of those people too. And I still dabble back into that where I want to understand. I want to do everything, and I need to understand how everything works. And the hardest thing to do was let go and let the answers come to me. But that's the thing. When you know that your reality is always supporting you, always bringing you back to your most authentic self, calling it out of you, letting you know when to let go of things in order to call in what is aligned with you. When you have that, when you know that, and you can start by trusting, but when you know it, that's when things start happening. And it's going to feel awkward at first, just like everything new does. When you're stepping into that new you, that new reality, that new way of being, when you're testing out a new belief, it's going to feel weird at first. But know that you are feeding that belief. And the more you choose to know it, the more the evidence will come when you know it, when you believe it. Because any belief you have is true, even the ones that aren't serving you. So the name of the game is really choosing the beliefs you want to hold, what feel empowering to you, what you want to make true, what you want to make your reality, because your beliefs will make your reality. And that doesn't mean drive yourself crazy with trying to figure out every single belief to match that reality perfectly. It means making it your number one intention, like we've been talking about in this challenge. Get in the present moment. When you feel that restriction, when you feel that efforting, come back into the body. Okay, I'm efforting. This isn't for me right now. My higher self's telling me I can let this go. There's an easier way. I'm struggling again. I'm not being authentic. Just be aware of it. And when you're aware of it and it's a let it be, that's when the answers come. Just by being aware, you don't have to do anything a lot of the time, but it's choose a different thought. Choose just to be aware and not act on that impulse out of fear. And that automatically is changing. Awareness is change. And I'm going to keep repeating that. Just being aware is change. And you can do that trick I told you before. How would it feel to let that go? Close your eyes and imagine yourself. Imagine your reality. Feel the feeling of relief. If I let go of that outcome? What if I know I'm good either way? What if I know I'm supported? And ease your way into that new belief. Because no one says you have to go, cliff diving into these new beliefs and whew. You can dip your toe in the water, start to feel it out. And that's what creating a new reality is about. That's what stepping into a new you, transformation, is about. It's about stepping out of one cycle, one pattern, one normal, and into another. And we're constantly doing that. It's a never-ending process. And so today is more about what to do when you're in between. Something to give you some relief and some tactics to understand what's going on when you're in between those normals, when you're in between those realities. It's helped me a lot too. But I promise you, everything is always working out for you. Because the moment you even become aware of what you want, it becomes attractive to you. The only thing you have to do is line up with your frequency and create from there. Act from there, think from there, and know it's coming at you. It's just, you just have to get out of the way. And follow your excitement, follow what's easiest. And it doesn't mean it's always going to be easy to step into that new you, to act out of what you're normally used to. It's not going to be easy. But it's going to be a feeling like, oh wow, like I have to do this. It feels uncomfortable, but I have to do this. And when you do it, feel that resonance with your authentic vibration, your home base. Feel the resonance of that more authentic version of you coming through, of you creating that new reality from that space. And this is something that I'm still practicing every day, still fine-tuning. But start to just be aware of those beliefs that are not of the same frequency that you're meant to be at. So if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling like you're efforting a lot, that's a sign right there. You're not operating at your authentic frequency. It's not even about being at the highest frequency. It's about matching up with your frequency. And sometimes the hardest thing to do is let go of those things that are not in your frequency. People, jobs, beliefs, habits. Just start by being aware of what's no longer a match though today. And know that this is the process. You are completely safe and something better is coming to replace it. It always does. But you are in complete control of your reality because you're in complete control of the beliefs that you choose, who you're choosing to be, where you're operating at. If you need a review of what we've been talking about for the past 17 days, the basics of doing this, you can do that too. But just a reminder, we've talked about it. Spending at least 5 to 10 minutes every morning connecting with that home base. Breathing. Throughout your days, taking 5 breaths through your belly. Getting in the present moment. That is really the key. If you're not present, you're not creating. You're resisting. You're trying to control. So your home base is always in the present moment. So with that, I hope that helped you today. That really helped me the past few days, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And like I said before, thanks for all the support, seen and unseen, those who are watching, those who are getting from this. I appreciate you, and yeah, we're over halfway. And like I said, I'd love to hear your insights. If you want to comment below, DM me. And I actually just got my Square up, so my Square appointments and all that. So it's in my bio under Book Now. So I'm giving gift calls for the rest of this month only. And basically what that is fine-tuning what we're talking about, helping you clear out any limiting beliefs or become aware of any limiting beliefs. I also do channeling so we can connect with your guides, your higher self, get some clarity, some validation. It's really whatever you need in that 30 minutes. Or if you just want to talk more and answer some questions, anything like that. But it's free, 30 minutes, and I'm doing it for the rest of this month as appreciation. So, yeah, happy Wednesday. Hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.